Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be the Toronto Raptors facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. And now let's send it out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you at halftime, everybody.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. So glad you could join us on this wonderful Saturday night. Now a chance to check out our State Farm starting lineups. First for the Raptors. And looking at the 76ers. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. And it's Weber in at the power forward.
Well, it was a struggle last year for the Raptors against the rest of the Eastern Conference. And that's something that they have to improve upon. I mean, if you're going to be a factor in your own conference, you've got to start beating the teams that you play on a more regular basis.
The dish to D'Alembert. Backing down. Pass to Corver. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Weber. And he drops it in from the low post. Weber's got the first basket of the game for the 76ers. And 15 and 33 for the Raptors against the East last year. Third worst in conference record in the East, Clark. And that is not a good move.
No, it isn't. And they had to deal with some injuries, but they also have to be able to put up more wins than they did, or I think they'll continue to be fighting for a spot in the bottom of the standings in the East. Protect your home court. That's the first step in becoming a playoff team. You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
There's the pick. Iverson kicks to D'Alembert, and he slams it in one-handed.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Bosch. Rises up and throws it down.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Here's Iverson. Iguodala outside. Corver dishes to D'Alembert. Clock at 6. Takes it up, and there's the feed to Corver. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, guys, he's a tremendous spot-up shooter. Even with a hand in his face, he can knock down that jump shot. Very solid in terms of his focus and his concentration.
And another specialty of his is the three ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
And the Raptors with the ball. 76ers getting the bucket. And the pass to Peterson. Here's Iguodala. And it's rejected. Fast break, Toronto. He dishes it to Rose. He kicks it to Bach. Raptors moving the ball around. Back to Alston. Kicks it to Bosch. Releases from 15. And it's Iguodala with the rebound.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Iverson against Bosch. Unloads. And he's off on his first shot of the game.
You know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault. And that showed right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
Here is Bonner. Dallenberg covering. Alston passes to Peterson. Back to Alston. Over Iverson. Alston can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 4.
Well, you know, the Atlantic Division was really a dogfight-like division. I mean, last year and for a while it looked like the 76ers were going to take control of that Atlantic Division, but eventually the Sixers had to settle for third.
Now here's Bosch. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
It's been a struggle. It's not happening right now. He needs to settle down a bit and let the offense come to him a little more. He's forcing things right now.
Here's Iverson. Korver. He's covered by Bosch. The 76ers with another miss. Back to the Sixers. At one point they were leading the pack, but then the Celtics and Knicks passed them. You know, Jeremy Lin certainly played a role with the Knicks. They got healthy up front, and things began to change for the 76ers. Still a young team trying to navigate their way still.
Yeah, and they did a decent job within the division, Kevin, finishing 7-6 against their fellow foes in the Atlantic. So an interesting division going forward. Celtics, Knicks, 76ers. You know, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out this season.
They play the clock right, Steve. They can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, just have to time it right. Make sure you work the clock correctly. You get 2 possessions out of this.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Iverson against Alston. Iverson outside. Fade away. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Rose has got 5 rebounds tonight. Dallenberg. That's good.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And that is good.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Here's Korver. It's blocked. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. 76ers on top, up 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, through the first third of last season, the Philadelphia 76ers were sitting atop the Atlantic and among the top teams in the East. But then they hit a wall. Most significantly, their offense really struggled. And it was interesting that even though their defensive philosophy was to force other teams into mid-range jump shots, all too often they settled for these shots themselves. So even though their caution offensively kept their turnovers down, their shooting percentages were pretty abysmal. Kevin, we'll see if this season they can attack a bit more to get some higher percentage looks.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris. Now here's Bosch. Shoots it up. Murray.
Well, he just makes so many hustle plays every game, and I think that's his main value to this club. He comes in, he brings energy, he brings toughness, and he's always going to get you an extra couple of possessions offensively during the game at some point.
And I think he's one of the best at finishing in close quarters, too. I mean, it's very hard to knock him off his shot.
You know, most great teams are really built around 1 or 2 stars and then some role players surrounding that core. But the Sixers are different. They don't have a superstar. So they've played the last few years with a group of young guys who are athletic, who play together, who defend, and they try to get out and run. So for the most part, it's been pretty successful. But again, so tough to win in this league at a high level without a star. And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Korver kicks to Weber. And Bonner pulls it down. And there are a group of teams that have found success, Steve, like that. You know, you can point at teams like, say, Memphis and the Indiana Pacers, Clark. You know them. And certainly, Clark, the 76ers along that same vein.
You know, Kevin, as Steve said, it's hard to win without a star, and you wonder if Philly will eventually shake things up to bring somebody in of that level. But I'm not quite sold on the fact that you can't do it at a high level with really good, cohesive players. And much like the Sixers, Grizzlies, Pacers, those teams have good young players, and I think they can be championship contenders if they keep developing.
Raptors with the lead. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Rose, a screen on Weber. Bonner kicks to Alston. Over Iverson. Alston can't get it to go. 76ers have gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began. Iguodala no good.
Well, he's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And again, Toronto no up.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Now here's Iverson. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Rose kicks to Alston. Here's Murray up on top. Iverson covering. The kick out to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Gives him the lead pass. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Iguodala. Blocked. And they're able to recover. Feeds it to Korver. Over Murray. Another miss by Philadelphia. So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Boy, the Raptors had a bumpy trip of it last year. I mean, in large part because they just couldn't get the points they needed away from home. Struggled on the road as a team.
I've been on that neck, traded in and gold for the platinum Rolex. Now it's wrist matching status on my records. Used to rock a throwback, balling on the corner. Now I rock a telescope, looking like a owner. No, I'm not a Jonas, brother, I'm
a new group in now for the Raptors. The Raptors have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. You're right, Clark. Going back to the Raptors on the road, they finished in the bottom 3 in points scored when they were away from the Air Canada Center up in Toronto, Steve. They've got to do better when away.
Yeah, under 90 points a game for them on the road. And, you know, it was an interesting season for Toronto under Dwayne Casey. They made defense a priority. And sometimes when you focus so much on defense, your offense suffers, and you kind of struggle to find that balance that you need. But I do believe Toronto is heading in the right direction.
Gets the bucket. The Raptors have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, for Damian Lillard, a broken foot cost him a season at Weber State. But still, he said that in his road to the NBA, the biggest challenge was making it out of his hometown, Oakland, California. He said, things can go wrong at any time in Oakland. I was worried I might not make it to this point. I'm just proud that I have a family and friends that looked out for me and pushed me in this direction instead of letting me fall into the streets and all that type of stuff. That was the biggest obstacle for me, was being my own man and not following what a lot of people that I grew up with fell into. Kevin, it must have taken some strength.
Nice stuff, Doris. Thank you. Here's Iguodala, again, Philadelphia. 30 seconds left here in the second. Williams inside, passes it to Peterson. He feeds it to Bosch. Iguodala with the steal. It's stolen. Marshall. Williams. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Outstanding communication between the passer and the receiver that time.
Yeah, the timing and placement were spot on. You're right.
Yeah, with just a smooth finish, too.
Iverson outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half ends in a close one. 76ers lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The fun has begun on this Saturday night, and we're ready to look back at all the first half action. Out in Philadelphia, the 76ers have the lead against the Raptors. A precision offensive attack, maximizing possessions. They're avoiding turnovers. Just a beautiful game tonight. Looking at Toronto, they're definitely making plays as well. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play.
And welcome back as we see the bronze statue of William Penn atop the Philadelphia City Hall.
It's been 4 years now and counting for the Raptors since they made the playoffs. Overall, the franchise found their way into the playoffs early, but it's been hard getting back there recently.
Now here's Bosch, and it's the devastating one-handed jam.
You know, how exciting is it, guys, to see him go hard to the basket like that? I love it.
It's always fun to see, and it's one of the sights you can count on when he's out there, for sure.
Yeah, but you've got to try to do more to slow him down. You can't play him so soft near the hoop.
Peterson, he's covered by Iguodala, hammers it home.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he does.
Throw down.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Well, this fella can rise up there with the best of them.
Just a crazy finish, guys.
He's one of the few players with the athleticism to pull that off.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
The 76ers were the 8th seed in the playoffs, and even though they upset the Bulls in the first round, it wasn't really considered a shocker as the Bulls were playing without Derrick Rose.
Weber dishes to Dallenberg. Gathers. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Woods, Iverson covering, and Bosch backs down. Shoots over Weber. Again, Toronto. But not to take anything away from the 76ers. They earned that win and showed they can make some noise in the playoffs. And you saw the kind of trouble they gave Boston in that second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that series went 7 games. So, you know, that victory over Chicago was no fluke. The Sixers were a tough out. Great defensive team, quick, young, athletic. And they've got a bright future, guys.
4 on the clock to stop the run. Rebound by the Raptors. Bosch has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Iguodala. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. Tough start.
Bosch with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Back to Bosch. Raptors moving the ball around. That is good. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Took him no time at all on that one. Iguodala's got 5 now.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Bosch passes to Marshall. Dishes to Williams. The dish now to Bosch. Releases from 15. Again, Toronto.
They have no answer for him. He's just putting on a dominant display of offense.
Iverson kicks to Iguodala. That drops. He's got 7.
That's an old-fashioned finish there, guys. Going to the finger roll to get the easy 2.
And there's the pass to Peterson. Takes the lead pass. A minute 42 left here in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
The 76ers trail by 7. Iverson with the ball. Looking for his first bucket of the game. And Dallenberg kicks to Iverson. He passes it to Corver. The feed to Dallenberg. Iverson. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Weber can't hit.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know, rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively.
Here's Peterson. Can't get it to go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Iguodala, right side. Stripped it away. Fast break, Toronto. To the inside. Good. And the Raptors lead by 9.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day-old pop.
Iverson, no luck.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Back to Bosch. Williams sets a screen for Bosch. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line.
Yeah, I like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
The Raptors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll.
Man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. The defense caught dozing off that time.
Well, those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Bosch misses.
It would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
And that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
And we've reached
23. Raptors, 31.
Welcome back. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, for the Raptors, it's been an uncontainable game from their power forward. It's been an incredible effort from him both on offense and what he's been able to do with his defense. No telling where his team would be without him.
Great, Doris. Thank you. What a terrific boost he's given him.
Yeah, Kevin, clearly he came into this game prepared to carry his club. And if there's ever been a danger of them falling into a lull, he's the guy who stepped up and kind of gotten them going again.
Exactly. He said basically, come on, fellas, jump on my back. I can handle the weight. And they've been riding him all day.
Boy, how about the roller coaster ride for the Sixers last year, guys? They started out so hot. Looked like they were going to control the Atlantic Division. And maybe even be one of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Then they just totally collapsed down the stretch.
See, we're talking about the 76ers last year. They had a brutal month of February with some of the best teams in the NBA going into Philadelphia, playing on the Sixers' home floor. So I think, Clark, that probably slowed them down. They had some searching there among themselves as to how they were going to get out of it, but they did, and then they had a terrific run in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think what happened was they had a front-loaded schedule, a lot of home games early in the season.
Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a
Bringing down the house.
And the Raptors lead by 12.
Well, I don't know how he got it in his mind to go for that. Very bold to toss the alley-oop to himself there.
But he nailed it, and his teammates are loving it.
I think the first guy I ever saw do that was Tracy McGrady back in an All-Star game years ago. It's a pretty amazing play.
And the 76ers making a change here. Green's checked in. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thanks again, Doris. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Bosch against Weber. Pass to Rose. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
Well, you hate to be the guy asked to guard him because he's just so dominant, so quick and explosive. Tough to stay in front of.
Weber can't hit.
They have really been a group of glass eaters out there today, fellas. I mean, just devouring any and all rebounds.
And I think that's the difference in the game right now. A double-digit lead in that category.
Green against Williams. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Dallenberg. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Green. Rebound by Williams. Raptors leading by 11. Back to Rose. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Bosch kicks to Alston. Over Green, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Boy, that is a tough shot.
He dishes it to Korver from past the arc. That's good.
That three-point percentage is terrific here in the second half. It could be a big factor if they stay this hot.
Yeah, they're going to have a chance to get back into this game if they can continue to shoot the ball like this.
Alston passes to Rose. It's stolen by Dallenberg. Now the 76ers on the break. Korver with the ball. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, defensively, he's a guy who always seems to anticipate the fast break and chase people down with his quickness and explosiveness to block shots in transition. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the game.
And we also would have to label him the human eraser, Steve. One of the few players whose blocks make it into the highlight reel.
Bosch against Iguodala. Iverson's checked in for Green. .132 left in the fourth quarter. Bosch against Weber. 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc, Bosch can't get it to go.
Still a close game here, though. That's surprising considering they're rarely grabbing any rebounds.
And oh, here we go. Oh,
Look out!
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
a breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play.
They really need to start looking elsewhere, guys, because he can't get anything to go.
Green's checked in for the 76ers. And the Raptors with the ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. He kicks it to Korver. Over Rose. The 76ers again can't hit it. From deep. Bosch can't hit. The 76ers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Weber can't hit. Knocked loose. The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Bosch. Williams dishes to Bosch. The tray. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here is Korver. Shoots. The shot is off.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr.